Um, my name is Gladys, and I'll be taking you through the immunity boosting, because at this point in time, we really need to think about immunity. And it is very important because this is a topic we have to keep talking about every other time. Because at the end of the day, we are having so many challenges that are emanating out of not having a strong immunity in our body. And so it's very important for us to keep talking about this to our friends, our family, so that when we look back, we can thank God that even when people get challenges on health matters, then they're able to handle that. And so when we really talk about immunity, we are saying that our health begins with us. And as you know, we are on a mission to make the world a healthier and a happier place, starting with each one of us. And that is a statement I've been telling people every other time, that we need to be very keen about our health. It's our prerogative, and it is a personal decision that people need to understand that no one can do this for you. You have to do it for yourself. And so it begins with us who are here on this call, and we are enough tomorrow to actually help somebody else to understand that their immunity is very, very important. So when we look at health matters, I can tell you we are in this together. It's a journey that we need to journey together as friends, as colleagues, as family, acquaintances. And it's a very exciting journey we come to think about it. According to the World Health Organization, a few years ago, quite a number of years ago, they projected by 2020 that lifestyle diseases will increase by 15% globally. Can you imagine? Between 2010 and 2020. And to be honest, that is what is happening as we speak today. What are these chronic diseases we are talking about? We are talking about heart disease, cancer, lung issues, stroke, Alzheimer's, diabetes, chronic kidney diseases, and quite a few others that may not be as chronic, but they actually are hurting people, like infertility, those kind of things. They are really hurting people, bone and joint issues. And so we are being told that if we are not careful, we will lose the battle. But at the end of the day, it is possible for us to have these things change, because when we look at our diet, we can do the change, because the scientists are saying 95% of people, they actually deliberately eat foods that lack nutrients. Yeah, and 75 are deliberately consuming harmful things. Too much red meat, dairy products, too much frizzy drinks. When it comes to exercises, we are supposed to exercise 3 times a week. It's part of immunity boosting, I can tell you for sure. At least your 15 to 20 minutes on a daily basis is very good for you and for each one of us as we check our body mass index. The other aspect is sleeping. We need our 6 to 8 hours daily, because at the end of the day, when you sleep, your body is able to repair itself, your body is able to rebuild itself, and your body is able to rest from the many hours that you are awake doing a lot of things. Then we are supposed to drink at least 2 liters of water on a daily basis. I know many times we confuse these sometimes, and we find ourselves lacing our water with other things. And that is not 100% the thing where you say, I'm eating well. You need to make, or I'm taking my water. You just need to make sure that at least part of the water you take is clean water, plain water, because it has its work in the body and it will help you fight for yourself. Then sunlight, we need the D3, very, very important. We need to have breathing exercises. You remember when you were in school, we would be told, breathe in, breathe out. It's important because when your body is oxygenated, it is able to even the blood moving up and down in the body, in every cell, it is well oxygenated, vis-a-vis when it lacks that and it is choked by a lot of fumes and dust and it's not getting enough oxygen. So that is very, very important. And for those who smoke, of course, they're supposed to work on that. The other aspect is making sure that you are within our BMI. Yeah, even if you're a little bit overweight, just a little bit overweight, it is important to know that you can work on that. So it's something you can work on day after day. And within a period of 6 months to a year, if somebody is really keen, they can be able to get back to their normal weight, or at least move, even if somebody is on obesity, to at least this marker that is not too much. So that is something we need to look at. And then, of course, we need to take care of our diet. You know, your diet can only be as good as the food that you buy. How are we purchasing the foods that we are buying? Are we starving ourselves from buying the things like the junk foods and all that? So that is a very, very important aspect. Remember, when we talk about immunity, we have so many things that are affecting us, like bacteria and virus, molds, airborne allergies. The virus that has come to actually show people that we get affected by these things seriously is COVID. But yet, even in the past, there has been a lot of bacteria infection and all those kind of things. And then, of course, the chemical challenges we have, like agricultural chemicals, industrial chemicals, the air we are breathing has its challenges. We have a lot of vehicles, we have a lot of motorbikes, and that affects us. The food we eat has a lot of preservatives and chemicals. The water has a lot of chlorine. All these things, they come to challenge our immunity. And I just mentioned a few. There are many others that we even apply on our skin, and that could be a challenge in itself. So we need to know that we need to work on improving the first line of defenses. Like the skin and the mucus, all those are areas that protect us from the effects of the things that affect our immunity. Then we have other internal patrols, the ones that are internally, soldiers that fight for us. It's important that you know, depending with how you're doing your food, are you building the patrolling soldiers that are going to help you? And of course, there are other things that are called acquired immunity. Very, very important to understand that, and we don't have to go into the details. So there are many reasons why we lose our immunity. Heredity could be an issue. Maybe in your genes, there could be something that is affecting your immunity. Like some people have autoimmune diseases, but it's something you can work on if you understand. And we've looked at pollution. Nutritional deficiencies are a big part quite there, you know, poor diet, bad other habits like smoking and drinking and all that. We know that the people who smoke, they definitely have a challenge. They definitely have a challenge with their immunity. Lack of exercise, radiation, high stress levels, all those, they power down our immunity. Very, very important. So as we talk about immunity, we are looking at a way we are going to boost the T killer cells and other lines of defenses that are going to do away with all these pathogens that come to affect us. But we have so many cells in the body that are there to actually fight for us. So you don't need to worry. Once you understand this, it's something you can work on. And that is why we need a good diet. And a good diet consists of whole grains. When you look at the base there, a lot of whole grains, the bread, the cereals, the rice, the pasta. You know, as you read the labels and understand what is whole, what is refined. That is very key. Our servings for fruits and vegetables. These are very important because they are phytonutrients, they are antioxidants, anti-inflammatories. And then we also have probiotics that help us there. So it is very important to know that. And so when it comes to now eating well, according to the United States Department or other organizations, as I've mentioned, we are talking about a lot of whole grains, fruits and vegetables, good quality protein that consists of the plant-based proteins and animal proteins that are not, they are not grown in the new system of fastening the growth of our chicken and our fish, you know, and then we cut out the fats and the oils that really, and the sugars. But we've been exposed to this Western diet where we have almost everything we eat may fall under this. Most of the things we eat fall under this category. You find we're eating a lot of refined starches, cookies and sweets and burgers and sandwiches and many juices and a lot of animal-based proteins. That Western diet brings in a gap that needs to be filled. And that is why, after so many years of research, Neolife's Scientific Advisory Board has come up with immune boosters that are needed. And I thank God that we have been among the people who have been helping so many people in the world to be able to handle even the problem that we've been having of COVID. And so we need to be very proud about that. And I thank God that at such a time as this, we have been able to come and handle that. And so what is going to help us as a base is definitely what we call the pro-vitality. The pro-vitality is important because the green tablet you can see here is made up of oils that help the cell membrane to be oiled. And when it is oiled, it becomes soft, permeable. And so even the absorption of nutrients is at its best, and the removal of waste is at its best to ensure that you have efficient cell. Then the brown capsule you can see here called carotenoid complex actually can boost your immunity by 37% in exactly 20 days. So if you're on carotenoid complex, you'll be able to boost your immunity. And this is a song we need to speak to as many people as possible. I tell people, your health, your immunity is so important, more than the other things that we are buying out here, because at the end of the day, your body is the one that makes the money. And then of course we have omega-3 there, very important for balancing our cells, and a multivitamin. We all need to be on a multivitamin on a daily basis because the gaps in diet are clear. And so just going to specifics, and I'm going to be very fast about it. Of course, I've started out with the pro-vitality. The pro-vitality is a 4-in-1, as you can see there. The threonine, feeding your cells, carotenoid, protecting your cells, omega-3, balancing and regulating your cells, and then the 21 vitamins and minerals to nourish your cells and help repair and improve metabolism. And so when you're starting somebody out and they can be able to afford, please start them out with pro-vitality. Of course, if somebody is not able to afford, they could even start out with something as simple as a carotenoid, something as simple as a threonine on its own. That is fine, yeah? And so, and that one you take after a meal, the sachets. There are many benefits to that. You can see there, it increases antioxidant protection, healthy brain function, youthful skin. We all need a good skin, hair and nails, cellular health, long life, flexibility of your joints, clear vision, immune system, and the heart health. That is why the pro-vitality is very important as a beginning. But as I said, now I go to the specifics of what is in the pro-vitality. We have threonine. Threonine is grain concentrates that repair the damage already done in your cells. And when that damage is done, then you have an efficient cell. And even when your cells are efficient, you find that even when you're stressed up, your stress levels don't go as high. You will not even go into depression, because there are many people who are getting to depression because nutrition has part of that. So threonine is very important, and no one should say, I can't afford. We have the big, we have the small. And there's a way you can share with your family. Then, of course, the second thing about the Pro-Vitality, after the TNN and the Pro-Vitality, we have what we call the immune boosters, the phytonutrients. And we have a product called Phyto Defense. Guys, Phyto Defense is very important for keeping cancer at bay. And for the people who are battling cancer, this is a very important product. It is a 3-in-1, and it has quite a number of things. It has 3 main components in it. The first component is the carotenoid complex, as you can see it there. And the carotenoid complex, as I said, boosts your immunity by 37% in just 20 days. And it will reduce oxidation of cholesterol. Cholesterol oxidizes things in our body. And so it will be able to work on that. It's anti-aging. It's very good for vital organs. And as I said, it is very important for keeping cancer at bay. It's way cheaper than actually thinking about cancer treatment. And you can see there, a bottle of 90 capsules has an equivalent of 115 servings of raw fruits and vegetables. Moving forward, still in the Pro-Vitality, in the Phyto Defense, we have Cruciferous. Cruciferous will be able to protect us from the negative threats, and especially more on the hormonal parts of our bodies. It destroys aggressive toxins and neutralizes their effects into our systems. So this is a product that we need for men, for women, because we are able to make sure that our hormones are well taken care of. And another part of the new Phyto Defense is flavonoid complex. And flavonoid complex also is another one that is very good, that works on the oily parts of the body. And it will help the normal tissue growth, supports capillary strength. And I said it's also a very important immune booster. So for the Phyto Defense, it's a combination of carotenoid, flavonoid, and cruciferous, but somebody can access them individually. So if you're not able to afford a pack, you can buy separately moving forward. So we looked at, those are 3 products, Pro-Vitality, TNN, we've looked at Phyto Defense, and the components in Phyto Defense. So that is just a summary of what is in the Phyto Defense. 3 capsules of carotenoid, 2 capsules of flavonoids, 2 tablets of flavonoids, and a tablet of cruciferous. Very, very vital there. And you just take 1 sachet a day of the combination. And remember, I said if you want to buy it in different ways, the better. Another immune booster that is very good is garlic. We know what garlic can do. But our garlic is different from what is in the market, because the garlic allium is a combination of 4 things. It's a combination of cloves, chives, onions, and the garlic itself. And what happens is that, like in the garlic, what is most important is the allicin, the smell that you get when you're cooking. Now, what happens is if you ingest garlic, when it gets to the stomach, the allicin is destroyed by the aspect of digestion. But in this case, you find that when you take garlic, it is taken up to the small intestines, and that's where it opens up, and it is able to go into the system and help you a lot. It's very good for people with blood pressure, cholesterol issues. It's very good for bacteria, virus, and any of those pathogens. Is very good for detoxifying. I know many adults do not detoxify, and this is one way of helping detoxifying, the detoxifying aspect. Very, very important. And of course, other infections like people get, what do we call it? They get, what do we call this? The infections that women get that are very, very sensitive. Those ones, very, very important. So garlic is there, very, very important. And then, of course, we have Beta-Guard. Beta-Guard is for removing toxins in the body. It's one of the best detoxifiers we have. And it's a combination of beta-carotene, zinc, There's quite a number of vitamins right there and antioxidants. So BetaGuard is good for detox. If you're in this and you'd want to do a detox once a year, BetaGuard is fantastic for you. And if you want to go further and do the entire detox, you can talk to the person who invited you, or you can read more to understand how to do a full detox. The BetaGuard is also very important for people who have taken a lot of medication, because medicines at the end of the day affect you. And people who've gone through chemotherapy, it's an antidote for chemo drugs, but it should not be taken immediately after chemo. Someone should wait for beyond 3 months, and then they take the BetaGuard to flush out that medication, because it ends up hurting you more. Yeah. So there we have our BetaGuard. Then we have, I should be coming to a close now. It promotes the detoxifying processes of the body. It helps us against the environmental free radicals, including the heavy metals. It's very important because we have heavy metals and a lot of medications that are stuck in our system over time. And so that is a very, very important aspect there. And then moving on, zinc is also, we've heard about zinc being an immune booster. Yeah. At this point in time, we know that zinc is very important for destroying the multiplication of the COVID virus. So if you're on zinc and you get COVID, you are able to handle the virus before it multiplies in a way that it will mess you up. And it's also very good for healing. If you find people who have this, just as an many infections. Then, and the zinc is good because it is chelated. That is a system that is very good for its absorption. So you don't have to worry about that. Very, very important. For the children, there we have it. We have Omega, we have Vita Squares, we have VitaGuard. And our kids are just closing school maybe tomorrow. Some have already closed. And in a week's time, they'll be opening school. And this is going to be the cold season. It's going to rain. They'll have a lot of infections and homas, watashikishana sana, especially this time of COVID. So if a child can open up with the Salmon and Vita Square or Salmon and VitaGuard, that would be awesome. For the little one, we have the Liquivite, the ones who can't swallow. Very, very important right there. And then, of course, we have the immune boosters for our teens, which involve, some of them can even, the bigger ones can take the ones for grown-ups. Very, very important. And at the end of the day, if you're here on this call and you've been invited, we find a way that we can have deliveries done. Now life has become easier. Deliveries are done. If you're in a different town, we use the parcel services. That's the best we can do. And so it's important, even in your life, if you're able to pay for the delivery of the products, the company brings it up to your door within Nairobi. Without Nairobi, we use the parcel services. And so that's very, very important to understand. And it makes it easier for anyone to access our products wherever they are. And so in closing, I just want to tell you that Neolife has opened their arms and say, you know what? As a user, you can be our partner. Partner with us. Come and become a partner by getting a starter kit so that you can be buying your products at between 20 to 25% discount. That saving is good for you. And also your relatives will benefit by being able to access the products directly from you. That will be very good. And you can be able to go back to your back office website and your back office applications where you're able to learn a lot of things that are related to health, not just about what we've talked about. You could look at the skincare, you could look at the home care, you could look at the farm care and other aspects of health like weight loss and bone and joint. It's available for you and you have the literature for you to browse through and understand. And should you want to make some extra money, Whoever has invited you will show you how you can look at it as a business as well. As much as you're a user, you can look at it as a business, and it's going to open other doors for you. And you can do it in a small way or in a big way. And eventually you get many other benefits like traveling the world, being exposed to some good lifestyle here and there. And that would be awesome. Personally, I joined for that, and it's been very exciting. I want to leave it at that and tell you that, you know what? We all can benefit from this. It is very, very important. And we hope that we keep learning. Please, let's not this be a one-off. You need to keep coming to learn, because health is long-term. So you need to invest in that. Welcome, karibu sana. And we hope that the person who invited you, you can have a conversation with them. You see how you can benefit further from this. Thank you very much, and God bless.